an intersex condition, persons who experience that, they are either going to be male or female. There's no third gender or third sex. So therefore, for you coming up here as a black person, you sound like a total fool talking about intersexuality. I don't know what that is, but you don't even know what do you know what an intersex condition is?
I spoke on this earlier. I have a sister who is intersex. Yes, I know what disorders of sexual development are. That's not what I was talking about. That just shows that you're an idiot, TJ. When I talk about intersectionality, I'm not talking about intersex individuals, dummy. I'm talking about the intersectionality of racism, sexism, transphobia, fatphobia, blackphobia, and the third. That's what I'm talking about.
No, that doesn't.
You don't even listen, TJ. This is why we can't listen to black men. They cannot lead their own culture and their own women. I don't even understand why people are listening to TJ's.
Because I'm more intelligent than you are.
And I'm muted in the comments for what?
Because I'm more intelligent than you are. Because you're up here making a fool out of yourself talking about the black community. I'm not going to let that happen. Okay? You're not going to come up here.
There was a violation there. I think the live has been removed from the FYP, if I'm correct. Or is it gone? Because I can't see.
I'm so sorry, Envy.
No, it's not you, not at all.
Envy, thank you for having me. You're a champion.
You, bless you, Matt. Thank you for coming up.
Amazing work. TJ, I'm so sorry that she said things like that.
Yo.
What a disgrace.
I'm laying down.
Envy said nothing remotely racist. And I'm trying to figure out, like, why are you coming up here trying to play that victim card for people to then try to look at Envy a certain type of way, saying that she's racist? She's not. She never said anything along those lines.
Yeah, I don't think Envy is racist at all. I just feel like sometimes, I don't know, and it's like, I'm trying to watch my words. I feel like sometimes when somebody sees that you disagree with them, like, I don't know who Capri is, but I feel like sometimes they might not pull the card out, but like basically, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, because I don't know, I'm like from Latin here, like heritage, which is basically like, you know, for me, black. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, I'm trying to watch my words because I don't want to get in trouble. Yeah, I feel like sometimes there'll be people that come into a panel, and if they're maybe not winning the argument, they'll use that, like, oh, you're being, you know, whatever, or like thingy. And I don't agree with that. And yeah, because Envy is not racist. I've been into Envy's life so many times.
Yeah,
never seen
like, I would never, like, I don't really think, like, you know, there's, I think, like someone said in the comments, it's a scapegoat type of move, to be honest. Thank you, Danessa. Guys, very quickly, I am in the Life Fest competition. We have now made it to position 76. We are actually climbing the ranks, guys. If anyone would like to support me in a possibility of being able to go to a TikTok award ceremony where I would be on stage accepting an award, I would love the opportunity to go. It is going to be difficult only because you have to be a super fan and then gift the Live Fest gifts, but they do put a cap on it daily. And this probably wasn't the best account to do it on, but it just happened organically. But if we can try and push, I might go live on my other accounts to get the rest of my followers to come over here and, see if we can get the points up. But we are number 76 at the moment, so we're not far off. And Epilepsy said he'll buy my dress for me, so we're 95 points away from number 75, guys. I've got a good feeling we could definitely, I don't know, I mean, the number one guy has 1.4 million points. I think we can do it. I think we just need to strategize in terms of how we're doing it. And I don't know if Christy is in here, if she made it to round 2 also. We're trying to get Christy there as well. So guys, do you think I should restart the live then because of what just happened, just to protect it? And then
somebody just joined.
Probably to protect it. Yeah, reset it, and I'll join in and I'll join up. But yeah, reset it probably.
But thank you for having me, Envy. Anytime I see anyone attacking you, I'm going to support you, so to make sure that you get to your goal. All right?
Thank you, TJ. Bless you. Thank you so
All
much.
right, you be safe.
All right, bless you. Oh, I am on there. This is what gets me, because I'm thinking, Danessa, what if I was to go live on Envy? I am on the FYP. All right, we'll stay for a little bit then. We'll do that. So, guys, I am looking for opposition only. If you do support the rainbow community, feel free to request up to engage in civil discourse. This is an inclusive live.
Yep,
I
yep.
roll.
Hey, Envy, you rock.
Thank you, Matt. You do too.
You rock.
Bless
Hey,
you.
sweet.
Thank you. Guys, if you have any friends or anything like that would want to support the cause, to help get a woman to the award ceremony, that would be greatly appreciated if anyone would chime in, chip in. Every gift, Life Fest gift will count, but unfortunately, if you hit your cap for the day, you will not be able to further my progress in the competition. So we have to find an alternative way to do it. I don't know, Era, actually. I don't know if he's in there. So I'm not far from it, guys. I think we can do it. So what I'm going to do is at some point activate. But I think it'll be good once Christy gets up here as well. And we get... What does that mean, Kat? Like for example, Catherine can gift up to 10k Life Fest gifts, and then it stops. So even if she gifts more after that, it's a cap. So then, yeah. Oh, Liz, do you want to use? Should Liz hold? No. When I do double points, Liz. When I do double points, babe. So if anyone knows anyone that would be willing to support this, it's not like the global thing where anyone can gift as much as they want and I'll keep going up the ranks. It's done differently in the fandom league. So yeah. And if anyone becomes a super fan, you do get higher.
What count? Or are we gonna stay here?
I don't know. I'm thinking.
Yeah, you gotta let me know.
I'm gonna let you know. It's being gay. It's not showing me the tickets. The tickets, I think, if you click on the Live Fest, it should show you. It should show you. Right, I'm gonna set another little live goal, and I think what I'll do is we'll hang out a little bit, and then maybe just move through my other accounts to see if we can get the other followers that would be interested in supporting this, and then coming back live on here. I think we can do it. I mean, like, we're not doing bad. It ends in 2 days. I don't know where Christy is. Look, guys, we're number 69. Such a dirty number. 578 points more to 68. If you know that you, and this isn't me asking for you to do it, I'm just saying if you are going to do it and you know that you are going to gift at a higher level, please do wait until the doubles. That would be greatly appreciated. Oh, we get them through the battles. I should be able to use that here. I don't know, Liz. I'm really not sure. I don't think so, because if you're a super fan, do you know what, guys? If this was my main account, oh my god, I think we would have been able to just shoot up there. But this account, I don't use it, and it just randomly happened on here. So the fact that we're even at number 69 at the moment is actually kind of crazy to me, on such a brand new account, that we're actually there. So if we can keep sharing the live out, I am looking for opposition only. Let me set I'll set a quick small little
See
goal.
here, but I don't know if they're awake yet. I'm adding like the other T girls I know, so maybe we can come. I don't know if they're awake.
Yeah, it's early for you.
Yeah, I'm trying to see, cause honey, cause they got more fire than me. I'm sick right now, so I'm a little low, but
they're gonna fight for you.
They'll get it. They'll get in here for me and they'll do what they gotta do.
We still got the whole day. We still got the holder.
Congratulations. I hope you get to the awards and just keep advertising it. Okay, so this isn't your main account. What is your main account?
My main account is Envy 2.2, but I had to stop using that. And then it went to Envy Won't Stop, and I've had to stop using that. And then it went to Envy Me 111, and then I had to stop using that. And then it went to, I've had to stop using all my big accounts, and I'm trying to start.
That just overstimulated me right now. Hold on.
I know, it's a lot.
Wait, so this is so technically right now this is kind of the main one.
Yeah, I'm trying to make this the main at the moment, until I can start using my other accounts again. Guys, if we complete this goal, it should take us to, where are we at? Oh, this is the wrong one. Life Fest, here we go. Hey, number 67, let's go. This one, Mitchie, we're gonna do it to this one, babe. Yeah, just for now, Liz, just for now, babe. I'm hoping to get the others back, but I'm thinking of if I should go live on the other accounts just to see if I can get more supporters to come in here. Maybe we do like an hour on another account and get the followers up and then go live on here. Hi, Simone, can I get your age, please?
I'm 22. 22.
Okay, great. And do you support the rainbow community?
I'm in the rainbow community. I don't support everything, but I guess you would just have to ask me, what do I support or what do I not support?
Yeah. Do you support trans women being women?
I don't think can you ask it a different way? Because
Okay, do you believe that trans women are women?
No, but I do think I think socially they can be we can be perceived as women socially. I think there definitely is a difference between trans women and real women, obviously. But I think what makes a trans woman, some, not all trans women, but what can make them be perceived as a woman is something that's socially, like if you don't know they're trans and they're passing by or something like that. But I do think a woman is female, adult female, I think.
Right, sorry, I just had to be my... Yeah, I brought one of the accounts in, so I'm going to leave it up for a bit and then we'll switch it out and we'll do that. Right, okay, so... Oh, Nate, you're here. How are you, Nate? Right. Okay, so are you saying that trans women are socially women? Is that the statement?
I said, well, some. I think it's like when someone doesn't know you are trans and they assume you are a woman, in that scenario, socially, you are perceived as a woman. Overall, no. But I do think in some situations, you can be socially be perceived as a woman. When in that situation, they considered you a woman, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like, so are we going to go off the basis that like perception equals reality?
Well, not perception does not equal reality, but if nobody knows that the person is trans, then that is the reality in that moment for them.
No, that would be their perception. Their perception of that person would be that they are an adult human female, right? But again, as you stated, perception does not equal the reality. So maybe in that moment,
they're perceived as a woman.
Yeah, they're being perceived as a woman, but the reality is that they are not a woman.
But I do think it's okay for us to say that we're trans women. Like I'm okay with being called a trans woman, and I'm okay with not saying that I'm a woman, but I don't go as to the extent as saying I'm a man when socially sometimes I can be perceived as something else, which I will then explain and say, oh, well, not in that situation, but I do inform people that I am trans or whatever.
Right, and let's just go to, I think, okay, so we've got an agreement. I do agree with you that at some point some people can perceive men to be women. I mean, not even trans women, just men in general. Like Jeffree Star, sometimes he's been perceived to be a woman. So I do agree with you there, that perception, you know, and I also agree with you that perception is not reality. And I agree with you that a woman is an adult human female. So we've got agreeances there. I'm trying to find out kind of what we would disagree on. So could you give me your views in terms of, do you think trans women should be entering women-only spaces?
I'm so sorry. When it comes to
Don't do
locker
that.
rooms, when it comes to locker rooms, okay, when it comes to locker rooms, I think if you've gotten all the work done, I think either you should use a men's restroom or use a restroom. I mean, not a restroom, or use a locker room where it's only you in there. But I do think even females would be uncomfortable if a trans man walked in there and he's looking like a whole man and he's getting undressed with the women. I feel like with trans women and trans men, changing in a women's locker room could be uncomfortable for both of us. Like, it could be uncomfortable for a trans man to use the locker room, even though he is born female. But like we said before, his perception, we see a man. Like, we don't know that he's a female until he pulls his pants down. I feel like that's also kind of scary, seeing a whole man pull his pants. Well, not scary, but that's also kind of could be uncomfortable, seeing a man pull his pants down. He has the same parts as you.
Right. So, So I'm going to disagree that if a male, takes on the aesthetics of the female sex, i.e., you know, grows gynecomastia or inverts his penis and things like that, I don't think that should give him validity to use the female-only space, because at that point it wouldn't be a female-only space. It would then become a unisex space, because we would be accepting males. So then my question would be, under what, like, is there anywhere that women can have a space away from the male sex?
No, I definitely do think there should be separate bathrooms and separate locker rooms. But what I'm saying is, if the trans woman, what I'm saying is, do I think it's okay overall for trans women to use the locker room? No, I don't think that's okay at all. But I do think if one may have the bottom surgery, then it's kind of like I said before, you wouldn't know because you see the same thing you have. So it just it will make it's not, they're not supposed to be in there. No, but it is a lot less uncomfortable than a whole trans woman with her male parts changing in front of y'all. Like,
The thing is, I just want to say this point, right? Is that to me it makes no difference whether the male has castrated himself or has not. To me, that's irrelevant. It doesn't mean, because again, like it just doesn't mean anything to me. The reality is that this is a male in a female only space, so it does nothing. So we're basically making an exception to men that castrate themselves. So again, it wouldn't be a female only space. I wouldn't feel comfortable. I mean, a lot of women, and even like me, if I was to get changed in a locker room female only, I'm still quite careful with what body parts I'm showing. You know, now imagine that being done in front of the opposite sex. So it would still be like a violation of like a human rights. And I don't know, I want to move to a world where...
I get what you mean. I
want to kind of like move to a world of like equality and not superiority, because I do believe everyone deserves
So for you, it's like, since they are born male, it makes it intersex space by default, just because they're in there, not necessarily because of what bottom area they have down there.
Because we do know that.
I understand it. Yeah, I get it. No, I get it. I agree, and I get that. Even if I stand in a different view, I can agree, because I know Envy, how she feels is what a lot of women feel. Because me, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, and you know, I make a joke out of everything. You know, body is done and everything, but honey, my voice, it might scare the children. So I shut up a lot of the time.
Do you know what I even like you he's like, it's just the voice.
So I try to stay mute at times. So that's what I'm just saying. But I do
I would
absolutely
love to watch
understand.
you in public. I swear to God, I want to see what you're like. Like, oh, I'm not going to
No,
talk right now. I
no,
can't.
because I gotta be real with it, real stuff. That's why I be like, when I'm going outside, I'm like, let me just shut the fuck up real quick, let me so nothing happens. No, but it's true.
Okay.
I do understand what Envy's saying, and this is why when it comes to like debate, like I'm in the middle sometimes because it's like, oh, yeah, I get what they're saying, absolutely, because it's just like I know it's a different experience when you're born a female and you're raised up as a little girl and everything. So I completely respect y'all and I understand it. So I get what you're saying, absolutely. Hold on, I'm gonna go on mute, okay?
Yeah. Have some tea. Honey and lemon tea. But yeah, go ahead, Simone. Would you like to?
And also, I'm I'm not in the middle, but as I do get older, I'm still transitioning regardless. But as I do get older, I do understand some things that women, what they are saying. Like I used to look at it as like, well, some women may come off like very. I don't know how to explain what I'm saying. I look at it a different way than what I did before. The women that I met before would tell me like, okay, well, we don't want you in the restroom, but the way that they came across was more so, it wasn't how you're speaking. Theirs was more so rooted in the fact that like maybe they just didn't like trans people, not so the actual body parts and saying the safeties and dangers and stuff like that. This is helping me understand it way, or not understand it and look at it in a different way more than what I used to look at it.
Okay, and I think that's why it's important to have this conversation. Look, and I'm going to be completely honest. Like, I get quite, I do have been angry. I do get angry. I mean, but I think there's obviously ways to convey a message, right? And I think that depending on who I'm speaking to would depend on how I would convey that message. Sometimes, I'll get extremely passionate and, people, I'll be like angry and I'll say, da, da, da. I've said a lot of stuff, but I stand behind everything that I say. And I want to be consistent in what I say, so I won't ever back down on my thoughts and opinions. However, I am open to like discussion and, things like that. So my thing is, and you're probably going to disagree with this as well, and I think you are as well, Latin, you're going to disagree. I don't think there should be any form of transitioning at all. At all. I really don't. I think that it is it's an inevitable that women are going to have to fight for their rights against the male sex that want to be what we are. And I feel that the pharmaceutical industry, the medical industry has let you guys down. I think they have sold you a lie. I don't think trans is actually a thing because you're not going anywhere. We're a gonochoric species. Sex is immutable. And I think that what the procedures that they are performing on you and the cross-sex hormones, they are breaking their oath as doctors. The oath of a doctor is to preserve life and to restore life, not to reduce life and not to harm its patients. And this is the only condition, this only mental condition that is treated with physical changes to the body. And I disagree with it. Sometimes it may come across as hateful, but deep down, I feel like you guys are the victims of an ideology that was perpetuated upon you, and your other comorbidities have not been looked at. There's got to be, because none of this has been proven. Gender identity cannot be proven. We cannot prove that somebody is born in the wrong body. So I'm not sure why on earth we are operating on men and selling them a lie. And then what we are saying is, Simone, is that we are now going to tell the rest of society that I am now a part of your treatment plan, right? Not you specifically. I don't think you would actually have an issue.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah, I
think,
agree with you with that.
yeah, go for it.
No, I agree with you because I will say this, and this is not to go against my community. I love my community, but I will say this. When I first started doing everything and changing, even before the surgery, me emotionally and mentally, I went through a few strifes, if you know what I mean. Like my body sometimes in my headspace, I couldn't contain it. I don't know if that elaborates
Well, yeah, look,
well,
can
but
you explain a little bit more?
it was basically to the point where some days like I was just off and my friends could tell I was off and they were like, yo, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, yo, I don't know. And I'm just like, and it's that. And because I didn't take it serious, because when you do these things, you have to sign so many waivers to do these type of things. You
Really?
know what I mean? Like, yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you this. This is from my New York experience when
Yeah,
I first
go on.
started doing it. I had to sign about a 10-page waiver on an iPad to start like the process and everything, like between the hormones, and then eventually you get to the surgery. But I will say this, mentally, I did go off a few times because I don't, one, and I'm not going against my community, but honestly, it isn't natural. It's not, I can say that. And when it goes into your body, let's say you're starting off, it depends what type of body you have too, sometimes you don't know how to mentally contain, because okay,
Right.
if you've lived your whole life, like, you know what I mean, like it depends what age you start, but still, even if you start as a young child or whatever, it's so hard to like navigate it mentally because it's just so many different hormones in your body at once. It's like if you were born a boy, you had testosterone your whole life, and then you're just flooded with all this estrogen and you're
Yeah.
going crazy in a way. And I will say that I did, and it's not me going against the community. Please don't hang
No,
me on the
speak your
cross.
truth. No, no,
You
no,
know, you
speak
know
your
what I'm
truth. Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's don't hang me on the cross, please. I did have a few mental breakdowns. I'm not gonna lie, I
So
really
can
did.
you tell me about
And
this waiver? Like you
I
said that
think
you had to sign a 10-page waiver. Do you remember what
yeah,
was written in there?
they I'm not gonna lie, I didn't read it, but I knew I was just
Oh,
signing away. I remember my doctor was
shit.
Dr. Luke
It's
Carlson.
like
I wrote
that,
down
right?
his
Like,
name.
when like you get
And
the
I
download a
remember
new Apple iPhone, it's like accept terms and agreements. Who reads it? We're just like accept and we do it. But go ahead, go ahead.
exactly. And you know what it is? No, it's true. And because I was so hyper, I'm like, yeah, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
please. It's like a toddler in a
Can you
candy store.
tell
I'm
me
like,
your
I just want
journey
the
from
changes.
can you tell me how just from the start, like, so you were, yeah, can you just, yeah, give me a rundown of how it started
Yeah,
for you?
I I'll give you a rundown. I had a friend that she was, not pressuring me, but I had, I've always had friends in the community, and I was really young. Right now, I'm 27. I'll say that, but I was younger. It was before 20, and I remember, she would like ask me like, and this was at the time where I was just, you, not I think puberty already hit in a way, but it was the time where I was still really young in my teen years. And so I looked it up online and I was thinking about it. I was like fighting. It was like a battle in between my head. I'm like, should I do it? Because I had friends and I had, female friends, biologically female friends like, oh yeah, you know what? Like, if you're doing this, I support you. And I'm like, great. But honestly, I didn't look into it the way people are supposed to look into it. I was just, sometimes it's not a trend. Like sometimes people just go with the rush. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna do this. So I went to the doctor and I was like, I want to do this. I had 3 therapy sessions. I remember this, and they told me that I was able to get it. I was like, okay, 3 therapy, and she told me
And
the
that was for
last
the
visit. She
cross-sex
was like,
hormones.
yeah, exactly.
Right,
So
okay.
she was basically like, "Oh, all you gotta say is that you don't feel right in your body," and I was like, "All right, sis, I'll say that." And so I put that, but I feel like too, I was so young at the time. I've been through it
How old were
for
you
so
then?
many years now. I think I was like about, what was I? I know it was before 20, maybe 17, around there, around that age. I was really young,
Right.
and I know, when I went through with it and everything, I started off. I was in a rush. I was like, "Oh, give me," because when you get the shot, it comes into like vials, like 10, or 20. And but the doctor told me, they were like, "Yo, if you take 20, you'll grow tumors, in your breast and stuff like that." I was like, "Okay,
Yeah,
chill. Let me
yeah,
just get the
yeah, yeah,
regular
yeah.
dosage." But me, I was so hyper and just so like, "Oh yeah, give me," yeah, because I just wanted,
So was that every
But
day you had to take the shot, or?
No, it was every 2 weeks. After the fifth session, you get the shot, to take home, and then you can. But that's the problem too. Sometimes some people they'll get the shot. Me, I follow the instructions, but some people they'll get it and they'll inject that crap into them every day. You're not supposed to do that. You can grow tumors in your body because you got to think about it. It's not natural, and then two, so you know exactly like that. It's not natural, and two,
Yeah,
you
because it's
can
a
really grow
synthetic
tumors.
hormone, isn't it? Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. So I remember it started off there. Then the doctor told me after, a few, I was doing it to myself. They were like, "Oh, you can do the surgery because they cover it for free." Which is, I'll say this: if they can cover it for us for free, it's kind of messed up. Like for y'all women, like because
Yeah,
my friend
thanks
was
for
telling me like
acknowledging that.
I will say that because that is messed up. Like, girl, y'all gonna give me this for free, but y'all can't give them like if they need like a breast reduction or you know what I mean, like
Yeah, yeah,
natural
yeah.
things. So, absolutely, I agree with that. But no, it was a mental warfare. Well, warfare. I'll say that, and it might not be that for anybody. I'm not speaking on Simone or anybody else in the community, but for me, I'm not gonna lie, it was a mental war, and I did go all the way with it, but. I'm not gonna lie, it does change your like your brain in a way. It's like it's
Yeah, I
not to
think there
make
is
it seem
some
like a
kind of
bad thing, but it's like
impact.
really do.
So,
Yeah, do your research. I'll say this, and when it
what
comes
about
to the
health
children, me
complications?
personally, the health complication, there's just so many. I can't even add to it. Your blood pressure goes up. I had really high blood pressure. My doctor told me, they were like, yo, I haven't seen this blood pressure in so high and so long. You need to be careful. You really need to eat healthy. You need to stop doing it. You need to, it's a process because you can get blood clots and you
Have you
can,
ever had any blood
un,
clots?
no, thank God.
Oh,
Thank God.
thank
Oh,
You
I
can,
God. Yeah.
definitely.
what's the word? Unalive. You can unalive from that, and it's just a process. But no, I just wanted to share that. I do agree, like medically, like especially when it comes to the children, like please do your research. And if you're gonna do it, because I don't know, I'm not a parent, so. But if I was a parent, I don't think I would allow them until they were like legal age, because honestly, you just never know. You know what I mean? You don't know what's gonna happen to them. At the times, I lived alone when I was going through these mental things, and thank God, I was able to go through it by myself. But not everybody has the mental capacity when they're putting all that stuff in their body. You know what I mean?
It's crazy. Yeah, Simone, would you like to
Yeah.
say something to
Yeah,
that?
but Simone probably had a different experience. But no, that's just
Uh,
all I want to
I
share. Go
I
ahead, baby.
agree a little. My experience was a little different. I do think that the government definitely gets paid off of trans people. I think that's why trans people may be able to access certain things before real women because I mean, they're. I think they're getting paid off of trans people, like all the hormones and all the surgeries and all these things. I think that's bringing them in a lot of money. I don't think it may look like it's free, but I don't think it's actually free. And on top of that, once you do get a surgery, you have to go back and get another one, and then another one, and then either you're paying for this out of pocket or the state is. So
Right.
technically, somebody is paying for it regardless. And sometimes they'll put you in a situation. Well, not you, but for me, they'll put you in a situation where it's like you'll get a surgery, and then it's like, oh, well, you got to go back and get it done. But then, like, what happens when your insurance messes up? I think if they, I don't think, I don't want to say it's an agenda. I don't think being trans is an agenda, but I do think it's something that the government is profiting off of, and I do think that transitioning and taking hormones is not going to actually cure your dysphoria. I think it's going to suppress your dysphoria for a little bit. Like you might feel like, okay, well, I'm taking hormones. I feel like a woman for like, or I feel like I'm comfortable with my body for a little bit. And then 2 weeks go by and I'm back feeling how I was before. And I think I don't know. I think it should be done totally different. I don't think people should stop taking hormones, but I feel like there definitely should be more therapists involved. Because for me, there was not.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
what was your thing like when you went, be real? Babe, guess what? I made it into round two. W. So for you, what was your kind of thing? How did that start with you then? Was it like in the same manner as Latin, or was you like, you know, did you say like you felt like you were in the wrong body? Like what was
oh
your
yeah, definitely. I've always felt like I was in the wrong body, and I used to always ask my parents, like, oh, well, not ask, but to inform them that I was feeling this way. But to them, I was telling them at a young age, like maybe like 11. But to my mom, she thought that, like, I guess kind of how you're saying it. I don't know. Like, she doesn't think that way anymore. But her thought was like, oh, I don't have any money. This is like what's going to happen to you if you do these things. She was more so concerned for me. But when I turned the age of 17, Texas has this thing called informed consent where you don't have to have a parent there with you. So I just waited till I turned my 18th birthday, then I just transitioned. And it was the kind
So
of
you were
thing.
18 when you started the prostate
Yeah.
hormones.
Yeah.
And how
But
old
they
are you
didn't
now?
ask me 22, but they didn't give me any therapist, there was not any. I wish there was like more involvement, like people who actually like, checked up on you. And to me, it seemed like it
Right.
was just like, okay, like here goes your hormones and bitch, I'm
So
doing
do
this.
you
Not calling you
think
bitch. But
if you could go back, and you, Latin, if you both could go back, do you think that you would have preferred to maybe have had more like I don't know, like therapy or something like that, just to
yeah,
talk?
That would have been
well, I would have
more.
still transitioned, but I definitely would have paid or asked them for a therapist or somebody who's actually going to be there with me. Because they don't actually, when they give you hormones, they're not, the only thing they ever do is call you in to do lab work. Unless you pay for a therapy,
Right.
they don't provide free therapists.
Is it? Do you feel? Do
Yeah.
you feel like
And
it's almost as if like they're like you go to them with a problem and you say like, right, I'm feeling like this, and then they just throw it at you. Okay, right, here's the
Yeah, like,
solution.
oh, here,
Boom.
get your boobs done. Or here,
Yeah,
get
and
this,
you don't. And then
basically.
did you feel like confused at that point? Like, did you ever like, because with Latin was saying that they wasn't sure like, shall I do it? Shall I not do it? Did you have that back and forth in your mind also?
No, but I did know that hormones do change your mind and your brain drastically. I did want a therapist or somebody that was going to be there, actually guiding me through the mental part of it, not just giving me hormones and giving me papers to get surgeries.
So
yeah, yeah,
I was going to
I
ask.
feel that. I feel like
Yeah, no, just quickly. Can I? You don't obviously have to answer this, but bottom surgery.
Yeah.
You done
oh
the bottom?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, both of you. So
Oh
what's
yeah.
the?
If you go big, if you go big, what is it? You go big, you gotta go home.
You
Something like
got
that.
yeah. Oh, so you've done it. You've gone all the way then in terms of that. So
Yeah.
explain that to me then. Like, what? I mean, are there regrets of doing that? Do you feel like it's impacted your life? Do you feel that it's a lot of hassle afterwards? Like, because I know the dilation and things like that. Like,
I'll say this mentally, I think it does because you got to think about it. I feel like when you take, because you got to remember, at the end of the day, we were born, male and stuff like that. So when you take that part, that's like taking everything. You know what I mean? So it just changes like the way you're feeling, like your
what was that
mentality.
feeling like? You know, like, right, so
Yeah,
you've gone into the surgery, you woke up from the surgery. What's that feeling like? What is it
that
what run through
feeling.
your head?
I think it's different. I think some people are genuinely happy. Some people have mental breakdowns. Me personally, I've had like a lot of mental stuff because I've always had like mental stuff. But I think me personally, it's just a lot to intake sometimes. And this, I'm not speaking for all, but me personally, it was mentally a lot. I had to really think about everything I was doing, everything I just did. And then too, when you do something and you have to like make your brain think it's okay, like you're fine, you're okay, you're fine, this is okay.
So was that what you were
You can
doing? Was there a
relax
lot
a
of
bit.
like, yeah? So was you like, okay, I've done this now, so I have to be okay with it. Otherwise,
E-
if I'm not okay with it, I'm gonna go
Exactly.
crazy.
Exactly. You can't let your. Cause sometimes too, you're just fresh out of that orb of just going under the knife. So it's just like that's why too. I just say, for anybody that's doing it, or I just wait until the kids are, if they're, as long as they're young adults, if they want, because it's a process. It's not easy. Me, like I said, I started at 16 to 17,
Trippy.
but I feel like, yeah, just. It's just a lot, but then at the same time, when I talk about this stuff, my own community is gonna be like, "Oh, what the hell is Latin
But
talking about? Like,
but
what the
this is the
hell?"
part that they try to silence,
No,
right?
that
And
Yeah.
definitely
I
is
don't
true.
think
Like,
that's fair. I think that your experience and you're valid to speak about that. And I think this community, and this is why I've got such a disdain for the community. I'm not saying individuals within the community. I'm saying the community as a whole. Anyone that is kind of in support of suppressing people's voices. That's fascism to me. I think that if you've gone through an experience and you've done something and you want to speak about it, whether it's good or bad, I think you should be able to speak your truth, right? And this is what it is with the community. They almost try to scare people into silence. And I don't like that.
I feel like it's that way too. Absolutely. I feel like I had a friend too. We were really close friends, and when I would like, say certain things, she would like get pissed at me, and I'd be like, "Girl, like, you gotta like," and I get it. Like, when you're in a community, you want to go for everything the community feels, but honestly, me personally, I don't agree with everything. I just don't. That's
because
just me.
would you agree with me if I said that people who are, feeling like they are meant to be the opposite sex or feel like they are born in the wrong body, do you both agree that you are deserving of adequate evidence-based healthcare for your problems?
I feel like when it comes to healthcare about things like this, I feel like we shouldn't put it on the responsibility of the public. I feel
But
like this should be like, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
but
I
no,
feel like
I'm saying the medical industry. Do you feel that they have a duty, or do you agree that they should have a duty for people such as yourself to receive adequate evidence-based healthcare as everybody else
I,
does?
yeah, I think they need to definitely, yeah, like I feel like they
Yeah,
definitely need
and
to
this
give.
is what I just don't think this is the evidence-based healthcare. I don't think
Yeah,
I think there's a lot more that needs to go into it. So maybe if there was
yeah,
like a pause, because like you said, let's just say you woke up from that surgery table and went shit, you
what
know?
did I just do?
Yeah,
Right.
what you're not going
What did I?
back.
Exactly. What did I
Then
just do?
what?
Like, yeah, it's
Then what
and
for
it's true,
you?
and a lot of people, and we don't talk about this a lot. It's on YouTube if you look it up. A lot of people do go through that. Like they'd be like, "Oh my god, it just ruined my whole life." Or some people, they don't have any. I can't say it on TikTok. Stimulant,
Right,
stimulants down there, if you know what I mean.
right,
Like
right, right.
they don't have. I think that's what it is. So I think it's very. You really the medical community, instead of just throwing everything at everybody, and I know some people are going to come for my head, especially my community. They're going to come for me. It is what it is. I'll take the sword. But I'll say this. Because I have a lot of friends in this community, and they're very powerful about their stands on it, and they go the other way where they're just like, no, everybody should be able to, children should be able to, but it's like, me personally, like, I don't know if I have morals in God's heart, because you know how it is, but me, I was raised with Christianity, I'm not gonna lie,
Right. Okay.
and I will say this, and I know I sound like a hypocrite saying this because I probably am or whatever, but I will say this. Yeah, because you got to think about it. Like, if you talk about God and you go the other way, like, what are you saying? But it's like me personally, I just feel like just make sure you wait until you're really ready if you really want this and do the research. Don't just throw yourself in there because you could really lose your minds. And I don't want anybody to lose their minds.
Right.
I don't want children to lose themselves. I don't want anybody to look back and be like, oh my God, I just ruined my whole life. Be ready, be smart, just, because me, myself, as strong as I am as a person, I had so many mental breakdowns. I'm not going to lie. And I can admit that. And I had a hard time talking about that. But you know what? I'll just let it out. I had many mental breakdowns. I will say that. So just please be smart, think about it, and make sure you're an adult.
Yeah.
Just make sure. And I know some kids don't want to wait. They feel strong about it, and I get that. But it's like, oh, my love, just wait a little bit. Like, if you really
Right.
want it that bad, wait till you're 18 and read the information. Because even what's that show? I Am Jazz. I be watching it,
Yeah.
and
Can
sometimes I feel,
I just
yeah, like,
did you have any
right.
and you don't have to answer this, but did you have any complications with the surgery?
I was fine. The only thing I really had trouble with was when you first get it, you really, and I know it's gonna sound a little gross. I'm not gonna lie, but when you have first surgery, it doesn't matter where it is. You have a lot of um what do you call that? Like stuff coming out, like water and things like that, and you need to make sure you don't get infected.
Oh my
So
god.
my part is the pain. You need to be able to withstand pain. I will tell you that. It's not easy. It's not a walk in the park. It's not you flying to the hill. You need to be able to withstand pain. Like me, like
But
at that time.
other than, so would you say obviously the pain is gone? So other than that, like any like complicate, yeah, obviously the dilation and things like that. Do you do
Yeah,
that daily, weekly, monthly? How does that work for you?
I definitely do that. I do it. I don't consider it daily. I really don't, because I'm already 27. I started this like 16 to 17. But I'm. You know what? You still need to make sure, because you gotta remember. And I don't want to call it this, but it's technically like an open wound. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, if we're going to be factual about it, yeah, because
Yeah.
it's not something that's naturally there. You know what I mean? It's trying to close, and that's what wounds do. They try to heal. So, so when you're saying that you started to do that, so you went from a few times a day to what now?
Yeah, like in the beginning, I was checking myself all the time. I was not playing. I was like, hold on, no matter how much it hurt, I was like, wait. I just did all this. I need to make sure everything is fine. And I was
Did
so
it ever
young at the
stress you
time.
out doing that?
Heck yeah, mentally that stresses you out. One is the pain. The pain is the most thing, because I'm a big.
It to happen again, then we got to look where Rizzy told us to look. She was bullied. She was abused. She told us where to look. Now look at their actions. Let's not do it again. And I got a Reddit page going. It's Rizzy's Law on Reddit. If you have any evidence, any of the things, if you have the clip of Rizzy saying those three people's names, all of those things, please put them on Reddit. Justice for Rizzy. Say her motherfucking name. Just like we say everybody damn else's. Rizzy was bullied. And she did not come to this app, this public space that she knew was public, and did what she did and said what she said for us to not have the real conversation. I don't want to skate around it.
Okay, so AJ, all right, we're here. The three names, right? The three names that we're talking about. What did she say as far as the three names? Did she give context?
Don't know. You heard me say I didn't hear it. One of
Okay,
the people who heard it came up here and said what it
okay.
was. And then one of the names she said came up here and said what it was and how they felt about it, giving us proof positive. Nothing is going to change. The way she sink her claws in on these people, and y'all take y'all ass over there and get dug in on, only to come out battered and bruised. You thinking you strong enough to handle